Friends, the video I'm about to show you is one I recorded inside the mouth of one of our patients. And there you'll see very clearly the consequence of not removing both wisdom teeth. What do I mean by that? I mean that if they take out the bottom one but not the top one, or vice versa. In our patient's case, they only removed the bottom one and told her the top one was fine, that it wasn't necessary to take it out. Because of that decision not to remove the top wisdom tooth, but to remove the bottom one, the patient who just came to us has been dealing with tooth pain and jaw discomfort for a whole year. And I'm going to tell you about other symptoms that haven't just happened to her, but could also happen to you. Headaches, dizziness, tinnitus or ringing in the ears, tooth pain, gum pain, interproximal cavities, which means cavities that form between two teeth, fractures in other teeth, misalignment of the teeth. That's why people say wisdom teeth move your teeth, because they push them, which isn't entirely true, but yes, definitely. This can cause your teeth to shift. And the main reason our patient came in, pain in the joint. The patient can no longer chew, she can't even open her mouth. Let's watch the video and I'll explain why leaving it like this tooth is what caused this problem. Here we can see how in the upper part, the third molar is visible. The second molar is a bit higher up, because obviously the tooth has dropped down. We can clearly see that she's missing the lower right third molar, in other words, the wisdom tooth. And if we rotate the image a bit more, we can see on the other side how the tooth is tilted outward. This is going to cause the following problem in the patient's mouth. Here we can see the third molar, and notice how when the patient bites down, the third molar hits the lower tooth. Here comes the image again. The patient opens, closes, and at that moment, click, it hits. Did you see that? Let's watch it again. The patient opens, closes, and at this moment, when she closes, right there, at that exact moment, it hits the lower tooth. Unfortunately, if you look, part of the tooth is practically touching the gum. Look, here it goes again. The patient is about to close. 1, 2, 3, and click. Okay, so that click the patient makes when she closes causes her whole jaw to push forward. Why? Because she can't close naturally. If you can't close naturally, just imagine all the changes that are going to happen in your joint. You open, you close, and the moment that molar hits, it's going to push. The jaw will push other teeth, and as a result, your whole bite will change. This for 2 or 3 days, nothing will happen. But if it keeps happening, there will be changes in the joint. There will be deformation in the joint, the ligaments, this side will get more inflamed, and it will hurt. This inflammation of the joint causes other problems, like inflammation of the ear canal, which is very close to the joint. And this causes the ear noises we usually call tinnitus. This can also obviously cause dizziness because of the connection between the ear and the symptom. But it doesn't just stop there. Since the patient feels that collision all the time, she's involuntarily adapting. She is changing the joint, changing her bite. And as a result, she's going to wear down other teeth that in theory shouldn't be worn down. Her bite will start to adjust. She'll wear down all her teeth, and if she doesn't wear them down, she'll push them out of place. So the teeth that are straight will start to get crooked. And that's the famous myth that wisdom teeth push the other teeth. Normally, the wisdom tooth doesn't have the strength to push. 8 or 7 teeth in front of it. But they do have the ability to change the bite, and when the bite changes, it makes the teeth push against each other. Therefore, this makes more sense than the wisdom tooth pushing the other teeth. Now, Dr. Baena, it's very simple. I just make an adjustment, grind down that little part that's hitting, and that's it. Friends, that sounds logical, but unfortunately, the tooth will keep erupting because all molars erupt looking for contact. As I already mentioned in the video that I'll leave here below or in the video description. It talks about why wisdom teeth need to be removed or why not. That video is very detailed and I explain a lot in it. But in this case, we're looking at why they do need to be removed in a patient for whom it's indicated. So I don't grind it down because first, it's going to come out again and touch again. Second, when the tooth comes out again, the contact it will have with the second molar will be even worse. The tooth will push a bit forward, and as a result, food will get stuck there and won't pass through. Dental floss. A cavity will form, and many times we end up losing the second molar too, just for trying to save the third one. And third, that molar, when it erupts too much, will end up touching the gum. I've had patients come to my dental office at 11 at night because they couldn't stand the pain in their gum. When I examined him, he thought it was some kind of cyst or tumor. But no, it was the upper third molar biting into the lower gum. That molar was completely out and was biting down. Just imagine pressing against your gum every day. Think about what that can cause. This also causes bruxism problems, because when you bite down, there's a little collision there. That's called a premature contact. And that premature contact makes you uncomfortable. And you're constantly searching for a bite that will let you align your jaw, but unfortunately, you'll never find it because there's an interference. That's where the whole joint starts to adjust. So if you have a lower molar removed and they don't remove the upper one, it's very likely this could happen to you. As with everything, there are exceptions. If you see that the upper molar makes good contact with the lower molar and your bite is perfectly fine, maybe you can avoid extracting the upper tooth, but usually that's not the case. So friends, if you're thinking about getting your wisdom teeth removed and aren't sure whether to take out one or two, I hope this video has helped you. And if you've already had one extraction and still have the other molar, go get it checked by a dentist and ask them to show you with a camera. See how you bite, and if you notice that it definitely doesn't touch any other molar, it's better to plan ahead and get that molar removed before you have more problems. If you like these videos, it's free information that really benefits your mouth. If you didn't know this information, give the video a like and share it so more people can be aware of what could happen if they leave their wisdom teeth. See you on Instagram at Dr. Federico Baena, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.